Hi folks, I'm glad you're here. Thank you very much for joining me today. I hope everyone has a very Merry Christmas. And a family in Lexington, Kentucky had an early Christmas visitor. A Christmas tree that they purchased from a local tree seller found a little owl living in their trees 4 days after it was purchased. The owl was discovered 4 days after it had been decorated. The White family said they bought their Christmas tree from a local tree shop near their home. The tree was delivered to the family the day before Thanksgiving, tied up inside a box. The White family decorated the tree on Black Friday, and 3 days later, a friend of theirs, Bobby Hayes, who came to the house to clean their carpets, discovered the owl. He said he was in the house by himself and started a piece of equipment, probably the carpet cleaner, and noticed the tree shook. So he investigated further and found the owl in the lower branches of the tree. It scurried further into the tree and up the tree, and either the owl was closing its eyes here in this photo because of the flash, or maybe it figured, well, if I can't see you, you can't see me either. Mrs. White said she was surprised no one, including the family's 3 dogs, noticed the owl in the busy room of their house. Mrs. White said she was glad Hayes discovered the owl without her. She was certain her reaction would have been pretty foul. I would have left the house. The owl could have stayed without me. I wasn't coming home. After catching the owl and taking some pictures, he released the owl into their backyard, which is heavily wooded, with a nice creek flowing through it, which would have made a perfect home for the owl, he figured. The owl flew straight into the trees and, seemed to be okay, and the family believes that the owl had been in the tree when they received it. Where the tree is, there are no doors or windows for it to fly in, possibly. Mrs. White said that she does not keep windows open nor any doors unlocked, and they have never seen any owls in the Lexington area where she lives before. Kentucky does host 6 species of owls, according to the Kentucky Department of Fire and Wildlife. However, only 3 species are common in the Kentucky state. The barred owl, the eastern screech owl, and the great horned owl are year-round residents. The Whites said that the owl they found in their home could have been in the tree and hadn't moved for days. Owls are not known to drink water frequently. They get most of their fluids from the food that they eat. Since the owl had been released into their backyard, it hasn't been seen. But that's not surprising, seeing how it lived in their tree for 4 days with, the family and the dogs and all the activity, people sitting in the living room there watching TV. Yeah. So that was a real nice Christmas surprise. Yeah, maybe he's delivering a message. Can you believe that? Being wrapped up in a box, delivered to their home. Yeah. Poor thing was probably traumatized. This does remind me of a time when I lived in Northern California. There was this home we were caretakers for. It was called the Miller Estate. And it had 2 really old stone fireplaces. And one day I came downstairs and there was this owl sitting in the middle of the living room floor. It was sitting there so still. I thought it was stuffed. I thought someone was playing a prank on me. When I walked closer, I noticed it moving its head slightly. And I freaked out. Ran and got a large bath towel, threw it over it, and carried it outside. The feet on this owl, I don't remember what kind it was, but it was, maybe 1.5 feet tall. Its feet, its talons were huge. So I took it outside and I set it on top of the car and went back out a little while later and it was gone. So I don't know how it got in the house, possibly flew down the chimney. Like I said, there was 2 chimneys in the house. 2 fireplaces. And that was not the first time we got unwanted visitors. We used to get bats in the house. I think they flew down, through the fireplace also. I would wake up at night. I could actually hear their high-pitched little squeaks from their sonic thing they use to navigate. It would wake me up in the middle of the night. And it happened so often I got really good at using a broom. I would take a broom and point it upwards with the bristles upward, and the bat would land on the broom, and then I'd open up the doors. There was like outside patio doors in the bedroom going out onto this small deck, and I would release it outside. I believe the bats were living in an old dead tree stump that was out in the yard. It probably was about 12 feet high and looked like it had broken off during a storm and was completely howled out. And I seen the cats one day up there fishing for something in the dead tree. I think that's where the bats came from. But this owl, I have no idea. But for it to survive being wrapped up in a box and probably with twine to hold the branches together, this is utterly amazing. And then in the house for 4 days? Yeah, do you think it was trying to tell him something? What are your thoughts? Put your comments down below. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. As always, keep your head on a swivel, and I'll talk to you later. God bless you. Bye.